Hi, Brian Burke from BB Direct. Today we're talking about Generation Z marketing. This is part 2 in a 5-part series of generational marketing. And Generation Z is a massive opportunity for small businesses who are looking to reach this particular audience. We're going to go deep dive into this particular audience. Stay tuned. Today we're taking a deep dive into Generation Z marketing. This is part 2 in a 5-part series on generational marketing. And this particular generation is really important because it's massive. 91 million people in the US economy fall into this generation. In 2019, that's age 22 or younger. This is a massive opportunity. You're saying, well, geez, they're younger individuals, they're children, in fact. But think about this. They have influence over their parents, which are the Gen X. They have influence over them, which in turn can potentially be meaningful to you. Number 2, they're getting older. If you're an entrepreneur and you've got a small business and you're trying to reach the Gen Z or 20s and 30s and you're going to be around for 10, 20 years, this audience is going to become extremely important to your livelihood. 91 million people represent this audience in the US. That's massive. So if you're going to invest in social media, you want to be on Instagram or Snapchat for sure. By and large, unlike any other generation who's on Facebook, these guys are on Instagram and Snapchat. They're looking at videos and stories and storylines on these two platforms. You want to be on mobile phone and tablet over desktop. So your online presence, you be concerned, make sure that your website is mobile friendly, and you take into consideration when advertising digitally, you want to make sure that you're going to be able to be viewed and recognized on these two pieces of technology. They have a smaller attention span, 8 seconds over 4 seconds. That's a big difference than over the millennials. So they grew up in this recession type era. They've witnessed their parents, Generation X for the most part, witnessed them struggle economically, become careful with their buying power, and because of that, they are more pragmatic. They're very keen on saving money and they're careful on shopping. So it's an important piece to understanding the Gen Z. Pragmatic, careful shoppers. They're looking at reviews. In fact, they read on average 5 reviews before they make a buy. So think about what you put into your marketing. If you invest in technology that answers questions, if you can, invest in an individual, make it authentic, and make sure that you're responding to any questions and concerns or comments in any type of online review. You want to sell experiences over products. You don't want to say how amazing your product is with all the benefits and bells and whistles. In fact, for this generation, what does it do for them? What are they going to experience when buying this product? The last thing they want to do is they want to purchase something and just let it sit in their house. They want to actually use it. So you want to focus on that experience. Video, video, video. Again, if you've got an online presence, you want to make sure that you're putting some type of video content on your website that's also on YouTube. YouTube is by far the #1 platform for videos for this generation. They're watching videos, they're going to be watching you online. If you're not on the YouTube channel, you're not going to have their audience. They're looking to be entertained on YouTube, but they're also looking for learning new skills and becoming more aware based on these videos. So focus on making sure that you're crafting good quality content on YouTube. Influencers. This is an interesting group. A lot of companies will invest in influencers and advertising with and co-partnering with influencers. But with this particular audience, you want to focus on the smaller ones, those micro influencers that have maybe less than 100,000 subscribers. Those are maybe not as clean and professional. They're a little messier, but they're authentic. And this particular audience is going to respond to that. So you want to make sure you're investing in the lesser expensive, smaller influencers. Engage with the customers. Any type of reviews that are going to be put online for your product or service, whether it's on Amazon or a comment or question on YouTube, make sure that you're responding to it. You're not ignoring it, because it's an important piece to these folks here. They're looking at these reviews, they're reading them, they're responding to them, and they're taking that into consideration. And then lastly, I want to talk about privacy. Whatever your privacy policy is on your website, highlight that. They do care about the privacy concerns. They do have concerns over it, and they want to know what's important to you. Make sure that you're not selling their information so freely, and highlight this because this is an important consideration for this generation. So that's a little bit about Generation Z marketing. I'd like to know what you think.